Baby, pause for a moment just for me. Whatever you're doing right now, let it wait, because I have something for you. Something unlike anything you've ever held in your hands. You won't fully believe it until your eyes meet it, until your fingers touch it, until your heart feels the weight of what it carries. The second you open it, everything between us could shift in a way that cannot be undone. But before you peel back the layers, before you let curiosity take over, I need your ears, your heart, your undivided attention. Because what I am about to tell you isn't casual, it isn't light, it's heavy with meaning, and it could shape how you see me, how you see us, forever. Life often tosses surprises our way, ones that leave us stunned, breathless, clinging to the edges of moments we never thought we'd live. We spend time waiting, wondering if what we've imagined in our hearts will ever become real, or if it will only remain a dream that fades with time. Well, baby, this moment is not a dream. It's real. It's breathing. And it belongs to us. What I'm giving you isn't just a gift in the ordinary sense. It's a fragment of me, a living piece of my heart that I've held back, waiting for the exact second when the world felt right enough to share it with you. Can you feel that spark starting to stir in your chest, that bubbling sense of anticipation that's the same feeling I've carried every day, every night, while waiting for this instant, waiting for your hands to reach out, for your eyes to widen, for your breath to catch as you finally see what's been waiting. Because this isn't something bought on a whim, or something anyone else could ever understand. It's deeply personal, woven with layers only you could unravel. The longer it sits unopened, the more the tension builds, the stronger the energy hums, just like the way my heart pounds every single time I think of you. This wasn't luck, it wasn't coincidence. I imagined it, I designed it, I poured every emotion I carry for you into its making. Every edge, every hidden corner, every small and secret promise has been deliberately placed inside, waiting for the moment you finally uncover it. And baby, the picture I keep playing in my mind is of you holding it in your hands. I can see your eyes shimmering as the realization hits. It's bigger than you thought, deeper than you imagined, more layered than you expected. That's the moment I've been aching for. That's the memory I've been desperate to create. Because when that second comes, everything else, the noise, the doubts, the world outside will fade away. What's left will be you, me, and the truth of what I feel, made tangible, made real, made undeniable. This isn't just a wrapped surprise, not at all, it's a symbol. A living emblem of everything we've already shared, every vision we've whispered about in the dark, and every dream waiting just beyond the horizon. That's why I couldn't just drop it in your hands without first opening my heart, without painting the weight of what you're about to discover. Maybe you're wondering, what could possibly be inside, and I could tell you outright, I could spill every secret now, but that would steal the magic. And baby, the magic is everything. The magic is in the suspense, in the heartbeat that races faster with every second of waiting, in the way your curiosity rises like a tide you can't control. And when the moment finally comes, when your fingers finally untie it, when your breath finally falters, you'll understand why I held onto it with such care. I promise you this, the joy will feel electric, the surprise will light up your soul, and the smile that breaks across your face will be one I'll never forget. That smile will be proof that no one in this world could ever compare to what we've built together. When you finally open it, when you dare to cross that line, you'll feel it. You'll sense the thought behind it, the nights I spent awake imagining this, the hours of silent planning, the endless adjustments I made to make sure it wasn't just good, but perfect. You'll realize it isn't merely a gift, it's a reflection of everything inside me. It's love, sealed and disguised as something you can hold in your hands. So I'll ask you, are you ready to see with your own eyes what I've been hiding, ready to let the suspense explode into truth, because once it's open, there's no turning back. Once it's in your hands, every feeling I've tucked away will rush forward, every memory will bloom fresh, every dream will find its place in the open air. And the beauty of it is this: even after the first shock fades, even after the first wave of wonder settles, the story doesn't end. There's still more, still hidden corners, still little secrets tucked away inside. Every single one carrying the same truth: my heart beats for you and you alone. From the moment I held this, my thoughts circled endlessly back to you. I replayed the image of your face, your expression, the tiny gasp of your breath as you discover what waits inside. I pictured your laugh, maybe a tear, maybe a silence so heavy with emotion that words wouldn't even come. And with every replay, my certainty grew: this was meant for you. This was always yours. But patience was the hardest part. I wanted to give it too soon, but I knew magic requires waiting. It requires timing. And baby, this is magic. Magic only we can create. Magic that proves what we feel is unlike anything else. Do you feel it now, that tingling in your chest, that rush of excitement, that trembling edge of curiosity and longing? That's what I've been living with every day. Every heartbeat has been a drum beat counting down to the second. Every thought has been a fire feeding this moment. And baby, when you finally open it, when you finally let the suspense collapse into truth, you'll see it isn't just an object. It's a story. Our story, a story that has been writing itself in every stolen glance, every quiet night, every smile we didn't need words to explain. And the second you lift the cover, the second you reveal it, you're not just opening a gift, you're turning the first page of the rest of our lives together. And I warn you now, once you do, you can't go back. You'll feel things you didn't plan for: joy so pure it feels unreal, surprise so sharp it takes your breath, maybe even a tear born from the depth of it all. But that's what makes it real. That's why I couldn't keep waiting, why I had to bring it to you now. Because every moment, every thought, every hidden hope has led us here to this perfect, unrepeatable instant. So baby, take a breath, let your hands tremble, let your heart race. Because the second you open it, everything becomes clear. Every detail, every layer, every hidden meaning is proof that my love isn't just in the words I speak, it's in the effort, the planning, the sleepless nights. It's in the way I thought of you with every choice, every fold, every secret detail. And even after this moment, even after the gift is revealed, know this: it's only the beginning. What waits for us goes far beyond what's inside. Because what I've given you isn't just one surprise. It's a lifetime of proof that you are my everything, and I've only just begun showing you how deep this love really runs. You know, it's strange how sometimes just a single sentence can alter the entire way you look at your life. One line, one whisper, and suddenly everything feels rearranged inside of you. That's exactly what happened to me the day my mother laid her eyes on your photo. I thought it would be ordinary. I thought she would give me one of those polite smiles, maybe nod, maybe say something simple like she looks nice or she has kind features. I expected nothing more than a casual remark, something light I could brush off. But instead, she whispered words that cut straight into me and settled in my chest like they had been waiting there all along. Words that carried a weight so heavy I still feel them echoing every single time I close my eyes. The moment she spoke them, my heart skipped a beat because I knew with absolute certainty that something had shifted, everything had changed, even if I couldn't quite explain how. I can still remember that evening as if it happened only moments ago. I was holding my phone, scrolling through the folder where I had saved your pictures, the ones I kept for myself like a quiet treasure. It wasn't planned. I hadn't sat down thinking, tonight, I'll show her. It wasn't a decision at all, more like an instinct. Something inside me whispered, just let her see, let her glimpse what you've been carrying in silence. My hands trembled a little when I turned the screen toward her, my voice soft, almost uncertain as I said, this is the person I wanted to tell you about. She leaned closer, her eyes narrowing with focus, studying every small detail of your face as if she were searching for something hidden between the lines of your smile. For a moment, she said nothing, and that silence pressed against my chest harder than any words could. I laughed nervously, trying to lighten the air, but before I could say more, she finally looked up at me, and what she whispered made my entire body freeze. She said, this face, this is the one I prayed for you to find. I remember feeling stunned, almost unable to breathe. How could she say something like that when she had never even met you? How could she recognize something I had been wrestling with quietly for so long, just from a single photograph? I asked her what she meant, but she didn't rush. She only smiled in that calm, timeless way mothers do, a smile that seems to carry more experience than words ever could. And then she said, I can see it in their eyes, the kind of heart they carry. Those words pierced me because they weren't just approval. They felt like destiny spoken out loud, like a prophecy dressed in a mother's quiet tone. She lifted her hand, touched the screen with her fingertips gently, almost as if she were blessing the photo itself. That small, tender gesture spoke louder than paragraphs ever could. But she wasn't finished. She leaned closer again, her eyes holding mine with quiet intensity, and she whispered something else, something that shook me even more. Don't let this one slip away. Some people only come once in your life. The weight of those words sank deep into me, filling my chest with a heaviness I've carried ever since. Because she wasn't only advising me, she was warning me and blessing me in the very same breath. I tried to laugh it off. I said, Mom, it's just a photo. You don't even know them yet. But she didn't flinch. She looked straight into my eyes and answered softly, sometimes a mother doesn't need to meet someone. She just knows. In that moment, I couldn't breathe. Because everything I had buried inside, all the unspoken truth I carried in silence, she had uncovered with one glance. And here's the part that still keeps me awake at night, the moment that made me realize this was never just about me, it was about us. She told me, "I see peace on their face. The kind of peace I always wanted you to have." Those words brought tears to my eyes because it felt like she was reading my future in your smile. She saw something I had been too afraid to put into words. I sat in silence, holding the phone, staring at your picture, while her voice wrapped around me like a prophecy, and I knew she wasn't speaking casually. My mother doesn't say things like that unless she means them with every fiber of her being, and the fact that she recognized everything I felt without me saying a word told me this love might not belong to me alone, it might be written somewhere beyond us, something even a mother's heart could sense. I keep replaying her words, especially the way her voice sounded when she said, "Don't let this one slip away." And now every time I look at your photo, I don't just see your face, I hear her voice echoing louder and louder in the background of my heart. I remember how she set the phone back on the table, her eyes softening like she was holding back even more, something she didn't want to say too quickly. Then, with that calm but firm voice, she asked me, "Do you even realize what this person means to you?" I was caught off guard. I expected her to tease me, to make a light joke, but instead her tone carried a weight that felt almost like a test. I answered quickly, almost defensively, "Of course I know," but even as I said it, my heart raced. Did I really understand the depth of what I felt, or was I only convincing myself she noticed? She always notices. She smiled faintly, shook her head slowly, and said, "You think you know, but feelings like this grow deeper than you can imagine. One day you'll look back and realize this photo was not just a picture, it was the moment your life quietly began to change." Her words gave me chills. Until then, the photo was simply something I turned to when I missed you, a comfort tucked into my phone. But in her eyes, it carried the beginning of a story larger than I understood. She reached for the phone again, holding it carefully, and whispered, "There's something in their eyes, something you'll never be able to walk away from." The way she said it made it feel real, like truth more than opinion. She wasn't just looking at a picture. She was gazing into the future, seeing something I couldn't yet see. The room went so still I could hear my heartbeat. She set the photo down again, staring at the floor like she was remembering something from her own past. Before I could ask, she sighed, lifted her gaze, and said, "You think you're ready for this kind of love, but the truth is, no one ever really is." Those words hit like thunder, reminding me that love doesn't wait for readiness. It arrives and asks if you'll rise to meet it. That night stayed with me, but the next morning was no different. Over breakfast, I thought her words would fade, but instead they only grew louder. She sat there quietly sipping tea, her movements slower, her eyes thoughtful, as though she'd spent all night replaying what she saw in your photo. Finally, she spoke again, softly, almost to herself. There's a light in her eyes, the kind of light people can't fake. My breath caught because she wasn't talking about appearance, she was seeing the soul. She leaned closer, voice barely above a whisper, "It feels like she carries kindness in her very being, like she was made to heal someone's heart." My chest tightened because that's exactly what you had been doing for me without even realizing it. Then she looked at me directly, asking, "Tell me honestly, Are you ready to protect a heart like that? Those words struck deeper than anything else because they weren't about approval. They were about responsibility. I sat silent, my mind racing with images of you, your smile, the way you've changed me, the weight of everything we've shared. And with as much honesty as I had, I said, yes, I am ready. For the first time, she smiled in a way that told me she truly believed me. Then she added something that has stayed carved into my heart: this person is going to be the reason your heart learns what real love feels like. Her voice didn't sound like she was guessing. It sounded like she already knew, like she had seen the story written before me. She leaned back, placed the photo down gently, and whispered, one day when you look back, you'll realize this picture was the beginning of everything. The way she said it gave me goosebumps. It didn't feel like advice. It felt like a prophecy being spoken aloud. I wanted to ask her how she knew, why she felt so certain, but she only smiled faintly and said, some truths don't need explaining. They're simply felt. And in that moment, I realized something I hadn't before. She wasn't just giving me permission. She was giving me belief. And that belief, the quiet strength in her eyes, the certainty in her voice, has never left me. Now, whenever I look at your photo, I don't just see you. I hear her words echoing like an anchor inside me, reminding me that some loves are so rare, even a mother can sense them before the story truly begins.